when I wanted to get like this chat like put together, I was getting ready for game week 248, and again, anyone who's watched or listened to the content for the last probably feels like forever, only have heard me eyeing this up in the calendar forever. And you guys, I know, for a variety of different reasons, are just as excited as I am for the convergence game week 248 and beyond, that March, April, May slot where it's pandemonium. It's hardcore, everything goes, no holds barred. So I just thought we'd get all together and just conflab about it. There's obviously there's been some drama with the prize pools over the last week or so, and there's no script notes, pointers. We're just going to run about everywhere and see what happens. So guys, thanks a lot for joining us. It means a lot. Thanks for taking time out your day to join me. It means the world. Thank you.
Very welcome, mate. As always, pleasure is all mine. And Tekkers and Pires, obviously.
Josh is the appointed spokesperson. Imagine. So how about this? Game week 248, what are we looking forward to the most?
There is some absolutely ridiculous fixtures.
There really is.
That is what I'm worried about. And I know everyone was ranting and raving about the point totals the last weekend, but I honestly think we'll smash past it this weekend. It's just that good. I mean, I'm just looking at some of my fixtures for under 23s, and I've got, from my D4 side, I think they're playing 15th, 15th, 16th, 18th, and 20th in their respective leagues. So, it's either going to be a huge one or there's going to be a lot of disappointed people. Josh, what's it looking like for you?
Are you talking 246 or 248?
248 and beyond.
248, yeah.
248.
Go 246.
248 is wild. I've got Ajax playing go ahead and Salzburg playing Lask, who can't defend for shit. So I think, should be good fun for me that week, actually. And Russia's back, obviously. Zenit have got Rubin.
Yeah, that's with everything's back. 248.
I'm very excited to have Zenit back, to be honest. Especially as it looks like Kerzakov is going to be in goal for the first few. I'm buzzing for that. I can roll out him and Rakitsky and Sergei Vanjuba, and that'll be good fun. I've sold off a few of my Russians actually in the pre return from break hype, but still got a good contingent. So very much looking forward to that being back.
Always a good strategy.
Yeah, and actually allows me to play my America lineup in America. I've been using Armani and David Martinez and Paulo Diaz in global since they've come back. I know it's only been a couple of game weeks. I can actually run them in America with Chinkara now, which was their designed purpose, basically. Nice. That will be good also. So it looks like I'll be getting like 10 lineups out on that game week.
Lovely.
Which is the most I've ever got. So that's sweet.
I'm very keen for America. It'll be my debut of Rare Pluro, and finally an opportunity to use Carlos Gil after the craziness of their opposition not being allowed to enter America this week. That's one of the stranger DMP reasons I've had, but at least that came out before the game week locked. I'm looking at it now. So I basically built a hybrid stack of New England attack and New York Red Bulls defense. And that weekend, New England are playing Portland, who can't defend, and Red Bulls are playing San Jose, who can't attack. So on paper, it should be an absolute dream. So I'd be intrigued to see how that one comes through.
Definitely sounds like it. The thing that, for me, when it comes to like this period, it's marked in the calendar now is game week 248, but when we've got all the leagues going on, because as you guys will know as well as I do, in particular over the last month or so, every weekend is dominated by those big red teams, the big red stacks that kind of come out, because at the moment, there's just less competition for those power positions, those high scoring teams that will beat a team 3-4-0. And when we get back into this situation where we do have, Pires was listing off the opposition's, caliber that he's got for his guys that are in Russia and Austria and all over the place as well. It just means that there's more chance for other people or other squads, other players to really shine and, make a difference on the leaderboard. And ultimately, like Josh was saying as well, if you've got a lot of those guys stored up in between season periods, and, there's a nice wee chance to sell some stuff into the market. But when they're all active and when they're all at it, I think we all get a wee bit more license to dream of hitting podiums or getting into top 10s and top 20s, that kind of thing. in terms of regions or globals, or I know a lot of you guys are U23 focused. Is there one of them that stands out in particular to any of you? As I really can't wait to try this team out in this region or this competition.
I'm just looking forward to getting a bit more back into D2. Really, I know that sounds stupid because it's the worst division, but it's just a bit of a fun thing for me. Really, I can run like 2 D2s, so an all-star and a challenger. And when Rapid have everyone fit, that'll be fun because it's going to like basically 4 of their outfielders and pass in goal. So if they have a good week, then that could be quite exciting. And then the other one's like Anastor proper, and then some Russians basically, Smolov and some Zenit lads. So yeah, that should be good fun. I'm definitely looking forward to getting back into the D2s. Although I feel I might have forgot how miserable it actually is playing there. But hopefully it'll be loads better. Loads better.
Yeah, same here.
That's D2's
the big one for me that's coming back. Because I've had an under-23 Super Rare goalkeeper that's just been sat in training for like the last God knows how many months. So yeah, it'd be good to put that team out. And I don't think the scoring totals in D2, especially under 23 over the last couple of weeks, have been too high. So if you can put 5 players out that are scoring 55, 60 each, you're pretty much guaranteed the prize. So that'd be interesting to see how that gets on.
That Lemayev's made some value though, hasn't it, Pires, since you won him at auction?
Yeah, I mean, someone offered me, I think it was like 3.7 the other week, and I think one sold for 3.9, which says it all about the state of under 23 goalkeepers, especially super rare ones. Yeah, honestly, if you hold one of those and they change the game at any point, then I can only see him going in one direction, really.
Yeah, nice. Well, you paid like 1.4 for him, didn't you?
I think it was 1.4, but I thought I overpaid at the time. I remember Tekkers was hyping him up when he got released on auctions. I think they've only minted like 20 of him as well, so there's not many rare cards either. But I think it's about 1.4. Yeah. But I mean, there's so few goalkeepers under 23 level that have 2 or more years left. But if you can get hold of one, you're laughing, really.
He also keeps a lot of clean sheets as well, which is quite rare for an under 23.
Yeah, I mean, his AA is absolutely horrendous. I don't know whether that's because the team just don't concede many shots, or whether...
No, it's because he kicks the ball long every single time he gets it.
It's probably,
No, it is. It is. Yeah, actually, and they're awful. He just boots the ball long, and their ball retention is really bad up top. So,
what is it, like minus half a point every time they lose it, or something crazy, isn't it?
It is something a bit ridiculous because you get done for possession loss and the missed pass every time they take a long kick. So,
Tekkers and I were just joking off air about Van der Voort, who's playing against Mechelen at the moment, and first 15 minutes of the game he went and punched the ball away, and they've marked him down as what was it, Prof? It was
cross not claimed.
Cross not claimed. They knocked 5 points off him.
What?
Yeah.
Honestly, let's not go down the matrix.
No, we're not doing the matrix.
That'll end up hour and a half of ranting, completely done. But if in the hope that someone from SoRare is listening to this, please address the goalkeeping scores. I still do not to this day believe that taking points away for a missed pass and not giving any points for a pass was intentional. I feel that was an oversight that they just haven't owned, and neither have they addressed it yet. And it frustrates me every single week.
That would make sense, I suppose. That's a good point, Tex.
I think that is just backwards, isn't it? You're only given a point if it's a completed long pass, right? And even then, it's like point. It's
But this is the thing that I find crazy, and I know there's certain keepers that get hammered by it. Lomev was one example. Koffler of Wolfsberger, he's always humping it long to a sub 6 foot striker, and it's just frustrating. It's the same last year. I was watching a lot of the K League games, and there's not many strikers in the K League that are over 6 foot, and you got the keepers going long every time, and I'm like, oh, there goes another point. Oh, and another one. But the thing that I find crazy is the balance. Because a save, if it's just a standard save, not a dive, not inside the box, it's 2 points.
2, yeah.
That's 2 long goal kicks that don't connect with a striker's forehead. It's mad. The difference in effort and like risk versus reward. It's way out of sync, and it bugs me every time. But anyway, let's not make this the rant cast.
Yeah, that's not. But yeah, 248. Buzzing about Russia. Glad I can play an America lineup for the first time ever, and yeah, pleased to get back into D2s. That would be my quick summary, my synopsis, Quinny, from your question.
Hi, no, cheers, man. I'm quite similar to Tekkers. I'm looking forward to getting some more South American action in my life, but I'm hoping I can maybe pull some like just rewards rather than going picking the cards up per se. And because the funny thing is, like with rewards, is sometimes see when you go, it's just my experience. Tell me if I'm full of hot air or whatever, right? But sometimes I'll win a guy I've never heard of before, and then that kind of rabbit hole you can be led down of, oh, who's this guy? And then you end up finding a wee bit more about a team you maybe never scouted before or situation or whatever. Sometimes that little incentive, I quite enjoy that, in terms of going down the rabbit hole with somebody you didn't expect, and it's not been led by the underlying stats or the guy who's got a good L5 or you've seen a scout page on Twitter that's pumping them, or whatever. It's like something that's a bit more happenstance, which is kind of the way I like to roll. Tekkers seems happy. What's just happened?
Ito assist, Bongonda goal.
No.
Yes! Challenger for the win.
Yeah, I was really
Bongonda from the bench
has
absolutely reignited. Ito's just gone and put up a 95 before being subbed. So
fantastic.
That is
95.
a change to the fortunes of my midweek.
I saw the lineup and I was like, right. I was thinking if this can stay a bit like this for Genk and Zenit can keep a clean sheet, I've got a genuine chance at something decent. I know Zenit keeping a clean sheet is a long shot, but without Canales and Fekir, like anything's possible. And then Ito with a 95 and Bongonda with a 60 plus. That certainly puts the Genk stackers back in the mix, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
I mean, I won't tell you who else I've put in that team. I'm just hoping that those two can hold it on. Aaron Ramsey versus Dortmund was a fairly bold call that I've gone with, so we'll see how that can play out.
Hey, done well against Dortmund in the past, Aaron Ramsey. I'll have you know.
No for Rangers, hasn't he? I like Ramsey. I had him at Juventus because he's a good player and all that. But Tex, have you played him in that team with Ito and everything?
Yeah, I didn't have any other options. It was either that or Ozan Tufan, and Ozan seems to be injured at the moment. So this is the annoyance of a rescheduled game week, because when this game was originally supposed to be scheduled, I think I had some absolutely mega cards to be able to play alongside them. And then because of the reschedule, I'm just sort of playing what I've got. Like, I didn't want to go out. There was a risk around rotation, so I didn't want to go out and spunk money on a midfielder that then if one of these guys didn't play, like Bongonda started on the bench, so it could have very easily been a pretty terrible game week. And if I'd gone and spent 0.25 ETH on a filler midfielder that otherwise wouldn't get in my team, it just feels a bit wasteful.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But no, what a set of scores to pick up at this point in the game week, and then look at that that risky midfielder paying off. It's always bittersweet because, like, I know Ito and Bongonda and that are regular high performers, and you guys have got plenty of guys like that in your galleries and whatever. But for me, whenever I've got like, a guy that picks up a 90 raw score before multiplier or whatever, and the team doesn't win something, I feel like that's a roll of the dice that I've missed out on that I should have. Got something from. That always feels like an opportunity missed when it happens to me, certainly.
I've got a feeling that's going to happen for me this week. I've had Van der Voort, who has scored less than his opposite number, despite conceding one. And Vinicius Souza, his AA game is not particularly great when he's playing centre-back. We have learnt tonight. So, that's me not looking great after Mbappe decided to turn up last night. So,
yeah, in a big way as well.
Big way, yeah.
Yeah, Tex Ulmer in that lineup as well. That's
yeah. I've gone. Well, all I'm going to say is the choice was Ulmer or Cuesta, and at this moment in time, Ulmer with the 9% bonus that I've got on him has got 38 points. Cuesta didn't play, so I'd hope that Ulmer scores more than Cuesta, but you never know.
It was like after those 50 possession losses.
This is the point. It's a tough opposition. He's not going to have a chance to possession loss.
Yeah, I've had the same thoughts with Christensen. I've played Christensen for that exact same reason as well.
He's
yeah,
just going to get pummeled. He's going to get defensive AA all game, and he's going to end up, I reckon, -11 possession loss. It's not going to be the -30 that he gets when he plays Reed or Hartberg.
I hope there's people listening back to this that are just going to screenshot his -45 possession.
Yeah.
Straight onto the tweet.
Just you wait. He's getting assist, and heard it here first.
He's got it in him for sure.
Yeah.
But
it's funny about content dating. I was listening to PSU fans talking the other week, and he was talking like how excited he was to play Carlos Gil, and I'd listened to it 24 hours later when the game had been cancelled. So I don't know if my call on Ulmer maybe dates as bad as that one, but we'll see.
Well, I say that was such a weird circumstance with that team from, is it Haiti or something like that?
Haiti, yeah.
It's one of the little islands. Yeah, there's just get crazy. They've got. I was listening to the guys who do the podcast, and they were saying that the guys at work, there's just no embassy staff, and they've applied and got the whole team vaccinated and done everything, but then there's just like nobody working to process the paperwork, so they can't like get on the plane to fly out and all the rest of it. And it's just such a crazy thing. And it's funny because whenever crazy things like that happen, it's always in MLS or around MLS clubs, but it's just weird logistical odd issues, because that CONCACAF region is so rural, like when you're playing, as you guys will know probably from looking at it and same with anyone else at home, but it's in terms of like developed football clubs, it's just Mexicans, it's the Mexicans and the Americans really. And when you get those early rounds of, some of the guys are in Costa Rica and whatever, Saprissa get a bit of a history, but it's a bit of a foregone conclusion they'll get some wins and whatever. So there's always crazy stuff going on. I think there's something that happened last year, and as I'm talking, I'm trying to remember what it is, but it's not coming to me. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, you're right, Tex. With like content, that's one thing I need to keep mindful of is sometimes when you say stuff, it's like you've got to remember when it's going to go out, and then like if it's a forecast thing for the weekend and you're going to release it Saturday as it's happening, you've got to be pretty brave in what you're saying because it'll be happening right in front of people's faces as they're listening or catching up with it.
Yeah. I think, I'm happy with it. I think, I tried to avoid spending money just for one game week because anytime I've done it in the past, I've lived to regret it. So, you might joke at the decision to play those two, but I think like they were, in my mind, a more sensible decision than going out and, spending 0.3, 0.4 to get two players that may or may not have improved on their score and probably wouldn't have got near my team in a like all options game week like the delightful 248.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's definitely true. I think just the matchups look particularly bad, don't they?
Yeah, they're awful. They're absolutely atrocious. But we roll. We're on 260 points now with Ulmer and Ramsey left to play. So it's
Ulmer's highest score in Europe this year is 34. So we'll take that.
Hey, just you wait when this pod comes out and Ulmer's got an assist and Ramsey's bagged a goal, then
You'll be laughing, Tex. You'll be podiumed.
I don't see it, but
no, neither do I. At least we can be honest with ourselves, If we're going to pump, let's at least make it credible. I can't credibly pump Ramsey and Ulmer and actually, keep a straight face.